You know, the word that comes to my mind with regard to our gospel reading this evening is premonition. Sigurado ako, you're familiar with the word premonition. Jesus is talking about the things that are about to happen to him in Jerusalem. And St. Mark records three instances when Jesus predicted his own suffering, death, and resurrection. You find this in chapter 8 and chapter 9 and chapter 10. This evening, we read from chapter 9. Sometimes, we hear our loved ones talking this way, like when we hear them practically sounding like they are saying goodbye, or they're already expressing their last will and testament. The common tendency, especially for us Filipinos, when we hear our loved ones talking like this, is to dismiss it as morbid talk. Ayokong pakinggan yan. And not to pay any attention to it. Some might even deliberately change the subject. Well, Mark says they did not understand what Jesus was talking about. But they did not ask him any questions. And they did not even seek clarification what exactly he meant. Now, fast forward, after all the tragic things had happened already in Jerusalem, they probably looked back and they said to one another, di ba yun ang sinasabi niya? He has told us about this, but we were not paying attention to him. Pay attention. This is the point in the series of admonitions that we heard from our first reading from the book of Sirach today. The author is using the metaphor of the waiter, as in yung waiter sa restaurant, or the waiter who serves at table, the servant who waits on his master. He's talking like a father, admonishing his son what to do in order to be ready for times of adversity, times of trials. Sabi niya, prepare yourself for trials. Wait on God with patience. Accept what comes your way. Be steadfast. Be patient. Be like gold and silver that's tested in fire. Well, in today's gospel, Jesus is presenting the image of a child in response to his disciples who were preoccupied with aspirations for greatness. Sino daw ang pinakadakila sa kanila? As he was explaining to them what his whole mission in Jerusalem was about. I wonder, if the writer of that book, The Little Prince, Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, did not have Jesus' admonition in today's gospel in mind when he spoke of adults as people who were too preoccupied with what they considered as matters of consequence. Well, that book caricatures the adults as ridiculous characters who go around like headless chickens in business suits, who miss out on the things that are really essential in life, the things that are invisible to the eye, but which only the heart can see. By putting a child in their midst, in effect, Jesus was telling them what it took to be truly a child of God, which is what true greatness for Jesus was really about. To achieve true greatness, they had to be ready to be treated as the least, the least of all.